Check, check.
Stand. So people are younger and who are stronger, please stand up so that the who are passionate about transforming education. And we have. So that's why reason is we wanted a smaller room. So we thought it will be okay because there are 3 parallel sessions going on now. And we thought that most people will go there and only passionate people for education will come. But I'm happy that we have more passionate people for education than I imagined. So please bear with the inconvenience because of the thing. Okay? Sorry for that.
That's a good idea.
Difficult task to kind of let you know what this is all about because we're still in stealth mode. Okay, so a couple of years ago, I think Vivek took that leadership to start transforming, engineers, especially the ECE folks, students into day one readily available, professionals, right? So he called it bridging the gap between academia and industry. So I think he formed a team. He has a very committed lot of 15 to 20 individuals who kind of worked very hard to put this entire process together of how to get this bridging done. And last year was a very important year for us where he actually rolled out the model to a couple of engineering colleges. And I think close to 90 of them took the program, the course that they have come out with in association with our member companies. Right? And the good part is we kind of took the top 20 of them, and thanks to our member companies, Intel, Graphene, and Freescale, they've kind of interned them. We've given them internship for about 6 months, and we said, what do we do next, right? How are we going to scale this entire model? Because there are lakhs of engineers passing out, and 20 is not a good number. So what we did was we said we'll kind of now get this incubated into a society that you will hear a lot today, and scale up this entire show, what we call capacity building. We're kind of teaming up with Electronics Sector Skill Council, right? So I think I'll stop here, and I don't want to steal the thunder from Vivek, right? So Vivek, over to you, and let's kind of make this much more public domain. Right, thank you.
Hello. I think it's not needed anyway. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. Okay. So I was thinking, what do I do today? So we had a lot of good presentation planned, done, and time is short. So today as usual, my style is basically I do from my heart. So today I've decided I'm going to talk from the heart. And bear with me.
Was that more of a Sri inspiration?
Maybe there's a part of it there, definitely. So I'm going to tell the story instead of, I have slides there. And please write down your names and email IDs if you want that slide to be sent to you. And also if you're interested to contribute to education. So the whole purpose of this whole thing is that if I get in next 2-3 events we're going to plan like this for education, also for education. 100 committed people like Anuradha, Nil Matange, Nagi, and many more we have. I think we can transform education of India in next 10 years. But if you don't get 100, that's again, these numbers are very dicey, right? It's just my gut feel and we could be completely off. But if you don't get 100, I think we'll take maybe 20 years, 30 years. So we will continue like this. So transformation requires 100 committed people who will be slightly altruistic. They say, I want to do something for country, something for India, and they say reason for it. And they do go beyond their self-interest, and that transformation is required. We have some colleges who are interested. There are professionals who are committed now to Netra, new model we are trying. I need 100 more. So if you don't like the model, you don't like my face, don't like my way I talk, but you feel that somebody else might like it who is passionate about education transformation, please pass on the message to them so that we can get more people. Okay? With that, I'll start the story of Panchatantra, which is modified little bit for the modern context of education. So there's a village, 2 villages, and we have made it identical just to draw the meaning for that so that we can remember forever. And they had 3 kids, multiple kids were there, but their kids who were poor economically, so they could not go to get education. And one of them was the Jamindar clan, another was business community, and third kid was basically from the kind of a workers community, who were laborers community, who didn't have money, didn't have anything. And all 3 were actually poor, but these communities were there. And there are a lot of people in the village, but only 3 people were there who were actually kind of a philanthropist minded. They wanted to make sure that they give back to the society something. And they felt that education will transform the individual and also the society. So they wanted to say that, hey, whoever is not going to the school, let me kind of donate something and give the education. So Jamindar decided to give money. We had enough money. Jamindar and the businessman had a lot of money. The laborer guy said, hey, even if I give my whole salary of the year, it will not go to help them fees. So what I'll do is, I'll contribute whatever you contribute, same contribution I'll do through my labor. I'll do stitch the shoes, dress for those kids, and bag for them to go to school. Everything I'll do. Okay? But I'll contribute, irrespective of whether I can give or not. Other 2 guys, the Jamindar said, I will give money, okay, to only 2 people. Either the guy who is from Jamindar clan, okay, or the other guy. I'll not give to the liberal guy because I know his father is drunkard and he's not going to go anywhere. I don't want to waste my money. So I'll give to only 2 people. So immediately the third guy was kind of left out. So the second guy said, I will give money, but I'll give to basically whoever basically commits to me that he will work in my business going forward. Okay. Then only I want to give the education because I want him to educate for the whole, I'll do the bachelor's degree, whatever required. But once he kind of passes out, he has to work in my company, my kind of business and support me. So the business guy, kid, was a business guy kid. He said, hey, I don't want to be bonded labor for this guy. Tomorrow I want to decide something else. And I want to do my business. I want to start my company. So I'll not take money from this guy. So we have lost 1 more guy. So only guys left was basically kind of that Jamindar's guy. Jamindar was ready to support him. And Jamindar was the guy that Jamindar clan. That the guy, boy, they didn't have problem joining any company and committing to that company. But the problem was, only 1 guy was left. And this third guy, he said, I want to give actually kind of all work, stitching everything to anybody, so I'll do that. But then his father said, the Jamindar boy's father said, hey, I don't want laborer guys' donation. We are a kind of a bigger kind of a team, bigger kind of a family or caste or community. I don't want laborer guys kind of help on that. So finally, they were stuck. 3 of them were stuck that nobody's been going to school. They have the money left, but nobody's going to go. They have given the money actually. Because the guy has given money to Jamindar, son, take this for the fees. Okay, but doesn't have shoes, doesn't have kind of a dress to go to the school. So money is gone. And they discuss among themselves, nobody's ready to change. Business guy, they tell business guy, can you take him, give the money now. He might get excited with you, love your philanthropy, he might join your company. Why are you asking the commitment now? The guy didn't budge, none of them budged. In the second village, same thing happened. And they discussed among themselves, same problem. And then somehow they said, okay, forget about it. Let's get 1 guy. So they finally agreed, let's get all the 3 guys, do a test, do something work. Whoever is a meritorious, we'll all support that guy. Okay? That guy basically was supported. That guy got into the school. This school, all these 3 guys continued to be without school. In this village, one by one, every year, all of the kids started getting, and all kids were educated. This village became kind of a amazing place because all these guys good business, doctors, engineers, and they started becoming flourishing. This village became so flourished that the business of the laborer guy became actually kind of a labor contractor and became a kind of big businessman. The businessman became the businessman for the whole kingdom, and the Jamindar was given responsibility to take care of the 100 villages to take care of it. And this village, the guys who did not go to school went into poverty, drunkards, some of them are laborers, some of them struggling for life. The village became actually kind of a bad place. People stopped coming to this village. Village went into rotten. The businessman lost his business. Jamindar lost his Jamindar. He was only small village with nothing there. And this is what is happening in education today. And I'll give you an example now. Very. So, and don't take me as a misunderstand me. I'm just taking some examples. For every example, there's a counter example. Okay? So I'm just saying generic one. So the laborer is like a startup companies. A laborer wants to help in education. And you look at my talent seek. Few of them are only employees who don't care about their job. They say, okay, I will work my personal time and contribute. Like Anuradha, right? Working in Intel. She didn't have to work on this talent seek. There's no benefit for Intel. But she said, it doesn't matter. My personal time is there. You call me anytime, middle of night, anything. She funded a lot of things for activities of personal fund. Okay. But most of the others are actually entrepreneurs who are having 1, 2, 3 people company or 5 people company. Their companies are struggling. They are not like going big, but they are passionate to give every next moment for the entrepreneur kind of education. They are spending days and night to do that. Okay. But colleges don't want it. Colleges say, I want to help from these two, multinational or a big company who can give me a lot of money. Okay. One example. MNC is Jamindari. Okay. He says, the businessman is like a MNCs. Hey, if I get benefit from this student, you should support this activity. Otherwise, don't support it. Then what happens? College says, the student says, hey, I don't want to go in this job. I don't want this company. I want this job, but not this company. So let me do something else. And then he ends up in software company. Okay. I give a lab to you, but in the lab, you have to do this experiments only, or this lab, this only. Then I'll kind of do it. I'll give the name. Nobody else can do that. I can't have 2 kids together. Okay. Then what happens? Some colleges take it, some colleges don't take it. If I give a lab, but I'll not give you the total plan, okay, how to do lab, step-by-step approach towards achieving your success. Okay. But that is my intellectual property. I want to give to only those guys who are intern with me, and interns will join me. If they are not going to commit to me internship and joining, I'll not take them for internship also. So everybody is left out again. Okay. Nothing wrong. This is the model that is happening in India today for the last 25 years. And then somebody says, hey, so this is a problem. So what you're doing is, in a way, I was in TI, right? Textile Instruments. I did similar like this. So it is not you doing it. I was in TI and I did that. Hey, you're doing this, right? RF design. We'll get you sabbatical here. After you go back, you start working on TI research. The guy says, what? Because of freedom, I joined IIT Kharagpur. And now you are saying that, okay, you have to be bonded to TI for just because you are giving me sabbatical. I will come from sabbatical, but after that I will not work. And he came here, 6 months training. After that he went, he was frustrated. He said, why TI has to dictate me? He stopped RF, he went to something totally different field. I did that personally. And that was my mentality that time. When I was in Sankal, starting wise everything was great. When we became big, I also used to have thought, hey, when I'm doing this training now, say training company I have started, it should only help for Sankal. Any other company is helping? Not good.